Jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita Yatha Rupa Ki Jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapurana Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Chaitamrita Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Hari. So today we're going to do the latter half or the concluding part of chapter 18, and then we'll take some words from you all, questions, anything like that, and so that we will have a full understanding now of the Bhagavad Gita. So up till now, what we read was that the three modes control everything, and there are different types of activities, determination, knowledge, etc. in these three modes. And so we saw some complexities in them because naturally we are conditioned to living a very materialistic lifestyle. But when we're trying to switch over to spiritual life properly whilst we're doing material things, then there's confusion, there are doubts that are created, so there are complications like that. So what is the solution? So we did speak in the earlier verses, particularly from verse 41. Krishna is saying that on the one hand, we expected to be aloof and unattached workers, but in reality, we have a conditioned nature that is influenced by the modes, which implicates us in worldly life. So Krishna explains how one can engage their nature in different types of work based on the four divisions. The Brahmins, who is the intelligent class like that. The Kshatriyas were like the martial class. The Vaishyas were the mercantile farming class like that. And the Shudras were like the worker bees. So Krishna then further states that one need not artificially imitate another person's duty, but rather embrace what is natural and inborn to each and every one of us. So by engaging our nature and discharging work in the spirit of God consciousness, Krishna consciousness, we purify ourselves of material propensities and we can live a happy and peaceful life. So he says that. And now he's going to continue on to the other verses where we can see how he's now explaining this further, and he's going to go even more confidential and even more confidential. I mean, every time he's been saying, now this is more confidential, more confidential. Then he's going to go to the most confidential now in this section. And that's why I thought we'd start with this. So this section is actually 11 verses. It's called the Love of God verses. So here, all the activities and practices that were recommended in the Bhagavad Gita and ultimately aimed at pure love of God is now going to be brought down to a proper understanding. The highest realization in transcendental knowledge is to re-establish this eternal loving relationship with Krishna. So this is the highest realization of transcendental knowledge. So if we understand that we have to rebuild our relationship with Krishna, that is the highest understanding of transcendental knowledge. And then Krishna Prabhupada actually very nicely sums up in the purport to text number 65, which is the second last verse in this section, that the most confidential part of knowledge is that one should become a pure devotee of Krishna and always think of him and act for him. So we're going to talk about that. We've spoken about it earlier, but we're going to reiterate so that we understand it. Interestingly, Prabhupada said here, the idea is to become 100% Krishna conscious, means 100%. But obviously, that's not an easy standard to rise to. So the way it happens is that Prabhupada says, if we can at least do 70%, then the other 30 we will finish off when we go to that planet where Krishna is actually performing his pastime, and to the planet where Lord Gauranga is performing his pastime with their own associates like that, and then qualify 100%, 100% purity, and then go back to Golok Vrindavan in the spiritual world like that. Even though we are going to where Krishna is performing pastimes and Lord Chaitanya is performing pastimes, It's still perfect. There's nothing imperfect there. It's just that we need to be perfected. And so that is why Krishna is very kind. He comes and performs pastimes in the material world just to give us this level of perfection like that. So then Prabhupada actually says that we should always think of him and act for him and not become an official meditator. This is nothing official. This is not to show anybody. This is purely from the heart that we want to actually become a loving devotee of Krishna, truly loving devotee of Krishna, and act for him like that. So then Prabhupada said, life should be so molded like that. We should design our life in such a way that we will always have a chance to think of Krishna. This is why association of devotees is very important. Chanting is very important. Always having these books with us, reading these books. This always gives us a chance to think of Krishna. When we're eating prasadam, don't watch TV and do other things. Just eat the prasad, understand you're eating the mercy of Krishna. And you're taking the mercy of Krishna and think about him like that. One more chance to think about Krishna. When you come in front of the deities or a picture of Krishna, sing and dance in front of him like that, and most importantly, encourage others, because as you encourage others, you will become 20 times more encouraged yourself. Prabhupada said, you get 20 times the benefit. If you try to give somebody benefit, you get 20 times the benefit in terms of your advancement in Krishna consciousness. And if you give Krishna something, then you are benefiting millions of times benefit like that. So then we should arrange our lives in such a way that throughout 24 hours, we cannot but think of Krishna like that. Even before you go to sleep, a lot of us have the habit of reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. So as you go to bed, you're thinking about Krishna. Even in the dreams, Krishna will come. In the dreams, Krishna consciousness aspects will come. And morning we wake up and we're back to Krishna again. We're talking to Krishna again. Please know today, oh Krishna, I am yours and you are mine. Today I will do everything for your pleasure only. Like that. So we talk like that. And then the Lord's promise is that anyone who has this type of an attitude, this pure Krishna conscious type attitude, it's pure because it's from the heart. You see, it may not be too pure from the action point of view and external, but internally it's pure. We're not doing it so that I can go to the spiritual world and enjoy with Krishna. I can get some money, or I can become famous, or I can become pure devotee of Krishna. No, these are not the reasons our heart wants to love Krishna. We want to love Krishna purely for one and only one reason, and that is to please Krishna. Wherever we are, whether we're here, whether we're in hell, whether we are in heavenly planets, whether in spiritual world, whether in the Vaikuntha planets, whether within Kailash, where we are, wherever, in Golok Vrindavan, wherever we are, we only have one idea, and that is please Krishna all the time. That's called pure. So do this, and then we certainly will return to the abode of Krishna. This is Krishna's own promise, where we will be engaged in association with Krishna face to face, like here we're associating with each other face to face. So like that. So then, in this, I'm going to read a little about the verses that I just spoke about. Though engaged in all kinds of activities, my pure devotee, under my protection, reaches the eternal and imperishable abode by my grace. So we're reaching the grace of Krishna here. In all activities, just depend on me, Krishna is saying, and always work under my protection. You see, we always work under his protection. Then, in such devotional service, be fully conscious of me. So how do you work under protection? So this is why Prabhupada set up ISKCON. ISKCON is like the protector. You stay within ISKCON and the boundary of ISKCON, then you will be fully protected. Why? Because Krishna wants to fulfill the desire of his very, very intimate devotee, Prabhupada. Because Prabhupada asked him, I did this for you, but you please do something for me too. And that something you want to do for me is whoever becomes a devotee in ISKCON, and ISKCON is, Prabhupada said, Krishna's body. And sometimes he even said it was his own body, but he said it was Krishna's body. Then he says, if you're in Krishna's body like that, doing spiritual things, you're obviously going to be protected. So do things based on ISKCON principles like that. They're very nice principles. If your next text it says, if you become conscious of me, you will pass over all the obstacles of conditioned life by my grace. See, just like a child passes over all obstacles by the grace of the parents. If, however, You do not work in such consciousness, but act through false ego, not hearing me, you will be lost. This is when you will be lost. Next verse, he says, if you do not act according to my direction and do not fight, in his case, he was a Kshatriya, so he was asked to fight, then you will be falsely directed. By your nature, you will have to be engaged in warfare anyway, because you're a Kshatriya. You're going to fight anyway. Why not do it properly? We're going to be living our life anyway in this material world. Why not do it properly? That's the idea. So then he says, under illusion, you are now declining to act according to my direction, because he wanted to actually go to the forest and meditate. But compelled by the work born of your own nature, you will have to act all the same, O son of Kunti. Then he says, the Supreme Lord is situated in everyone's heart, O Arjuna, and is directing the wanderings of all living entities. He's actually directing our wanderings, who are seated as on a machine made of material energy. So this is describing this body, the mind, the intelligence, the false ego as a machine. Just like a computer is a machine. And who is operating the machine? Krishna is operating the machine, both directly and indirectly through Maya. Directly for those who want to become his devotees, and indirectly for those who do not want to become his devotees. See, the modes acting in both situations. Not that the modes will not act when you are under Krishna. Modes will act, but by his grace, we'll easily be able to overcome. And the other one, Krishna's grace is not there, and Maya doesn't want you to overcome the modes because she is also a devotee of Krishna. She loves Krishna very much, and she wants to correct. So she will use some tough methods to correct, like that. And then he says in the next verse, O scion of Bharata, surrender unto me utterly. Utterly means completely. By his grace, you will attain. Surrender unto him, he says, meaning himself, utterly. By his grace, you will attain transcendental peace and supreme and eternal abode. How nice. The next verse he says, thus I have explained to you knowledge still more confidential. You see? What was so confidential? By Krishna's grace, we will attain transcendental peace and supreme and eternal abode. He's guaranteeing like that. He's guaranteeing. So that's very confidential. Deliberate on this fully. Think about this hard. And then do what you wish to do. Because Krishna wants love. He's not interested in anything else. He says, nothing in the three worlds defeats me except the love of my devotee. And love cannot be there if it's not by free will. If it's not voluntarily free will offered like that. So this is very important that we actually deliberate on this and then do according to our wish. We love Krishna like this. And then he says, because you are my very dear friend, I am speaking to you my supreme instruction, the most confidential knowledge of all. It's going to be more and more confidential. Hear this from me, for it is for your own benefit. So now he's going to give the most confidential, the deepest, most confidential information. Now he's going to give. He says, first verse. These are concluding two verses of love of God. First verse. Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Mam viveshyasi satyam te pratijani priyasi me. He says, always think of me. Now, if we think everything is connected to Krishna, you're also thinking of Krishna. This is the secret. Try to understand. Everything is very connected to Krishna. And so see it in connection to Krishna. Then you're thinking of Krishna. Always think of me. Become my devotee. This is Krishna speaking. Become my devotee. Worship me and offer your homage unto me. Homage means that now, every time we are offering something with love and affection, and our heart and our respect and everything else, we are actually offering to Krishna. We offer everything to Krishna. You see, even if it is a little defective, don't worry. Just offer it to Krishna. That's what he wants. So if he wants it, give it to him. Auspicious, inauspicious, to renounce. What does that mean? Renounce means to give to Krishna. That is renunciation. Thus you will come to me without fail, he says. Then you will come because you're always thinking of Krishna. So you're going to go to him without fail. And it's not like we want to do bad things all the time. We sometimes accidentally do bad things, sometimes also a little intentionally, but it's because we are conditioned. We're getting corrected. We're learning. But the intention is not to do anything wrong. That is the idea. Keep the intention pure. Keep the desires pure. Like that. Only pure love to Krishna. Krishna will give you pure love. But then outside we're doing so many nonsense things also. That's okay. The nonsense things will go away. If the desire is pure, the purity will come outside. From the inside, it will come outside. I promise you this. He says, you will come to me without fail. He says, I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. And every one of us is a very dear friend to Krishna. Why? You already said that in chapter 5. Suhridam sarvabhutana. Su means the best. Vidam means friend, lover, well-wisher, the very best. So Krishna really loves us. And then comes text number 66. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam praja. Aham tam sarvapapebhyo moksheshyami ma shuchaha. Abandon all varieties of religion. Earlier on, Krishna had described religion means to love God. Abandon all varieties of love of God, he's saying, and just surrender unto me. This is the idea. Ultimately, we have to surrender to Krishna. Means love Krishna fully. It's Krishna. All about Krishna. Krishna is the name of the game. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. See how much is assuring, Arjuna. What wonderful assurance. And then in the final 11 verses, 10 verses actually, well, 12 verses, the last 12 verses, Krishna actually gives the end result. What is the end result? It starts, text number 67. He says, this confidential knowledge may never be explained to those who are not austere or devoted or engaged in devotional service, nor to anyone who is envious of me. Because this is such powerful information. Don't give this to people who are not interested in Krishna, not interested in love Krishna. Don't talk to them about it. Don't waste your time. You will offend Krishna. Why? Because these people, they will use this information to harm themselves and to harm others. And Krishna clearly doesn't want that. He doesn't want his children to be harmed. He doesn't want that person to be harmed or anybody else to be harmed. So this is why in Madhyam Adhikari, middle devotee, he only speaks to innocent people, not to those who are envious of Krishna. And then he says, next verse, for one who explains this supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed. And at the end, he will come back to me. So we must speak about this. And to this end, I wanted to let you know, if any of you are interested, what I am doing, and I'd like to create a team. After some people already agreed to do this. We're going to create an animation of the whole Bhagavad Gita. These things that we just spoke about, put it in animation form, so that the Bhagavad Gita can be seen by animation. And if you see it by animation, people love to see it. They can see it on their phone, they can see it on their iPads or whatever pads they have, on their computer, whether it's a notepad computer or a larger computer, laptop, notebook, desktop, whatever, on screen, on their TV, or if they have a big screen like a movie screen in their house, on the movie screen. Let's do this, because then we are doing this part here. For one who explains this supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service guaranteed, and at the end, we will go back to Krishna. So we do this together. It will be so very nice. Everyone will get the benefit. Whoever participates in any way, get the full benefit. This is our philosophy. Our philosophy is we don't try to serve Krishna directly. We try to serve Radharani's servant. Gopir Bhartu Padakamalira, Dasa. Why? Because we serve that way. Radharani is the best servant. She is the most powerful servant, most powerful lover of Krishna. She, servant means lover of Krishna. then she will actually love Krishna and serve Krishna in such a way that he'll be completely pleased. But because we did little bit, even 1 grain, we get full benefit. What a wonderful philosophy, right? Really the lazy man's philosophy. This is the lazy man's philosophy. And amazingly, itself, the best devotees are the laziest devotees. They use simple methods. They don't try to get too complicated and try to do big, big things. Because the world likes to do big, big things and show the world, see, I did. Everybody, wow, you did. But that wow means nothing. Why? Because they didn't actually come to the point where they're doing things with all of their heart and soul. It is the simple-hearted nature. Prabhupada said, Krishna consciousness is not easy, but it is simple. But it is simple only for the simple-hearted. So we are simple-hearted. This is how we work. Text number 69. Krishna says, there is no servant in the world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear. How do you like that? That we'll become the most dear servants of Krishna, most dear lovers of Krishna, beloveds of Krishna. What a wonderful, wonderful, amazing end result. And then he says, and I declare that he who studies this sacred conversation of mine worships me by his intelligence. Very powerful. Higher than the body is the mind. Higher than the mind is the intelligence. This is the highest worship of Krishna. Studies this. So obviously when we're making the animations, we'll be studying deeply, right? And saying very nicely, simple but nice. Very powerful. Stories, this, that, and the other, weave them in. Examples, some of the things we spoke about, how to be clean in the house, this, that, and the other. We'll weave it in. And people will just love it. They'll completely love it. They'll totally fall in love with it. They'll totally fall in love with the Bhagavad Gita. They'll totally fall in love with Krishna. Then the whole world will become Vaikuntha like that. This is the process. Next text, he says, and one who listens with faith and without envy becomes free from sinful reactions and attains to the auspicious planets where the pious will dwell. So he knows even after saying all this, some people won't do what he wants. But they will listen with faith, you see, simply with faith. They'll have some faith in listening. So for them, their sinful reactions will go, and then they'll go to the heavenly planets and have a great time. Okay, that's what you want. Fine. Remember, the people there are trying to pray to come to planet Earth so that they can become devotees in ISKCON. This is why ISKCON devotees must have children. But then these wonderful children will come, the demigods and demigoddesses. And they will do even more than we did. Amazing things they will do. But we have to make some preparation for them. We have to create some programs, these animations and things, so we can use them and even do much bigger preaching than we did. How nice. Our children should do better than we did. Their children should do better than they did. And their children should do better than they did. And it just gets better and better and better. That's called eternal. It becomes bigger and better. That's called eternal and transcendental. In the next text, Krishna says, O son of Pritha, O conqueror of wealth, have you heard this with an attentive mind? If you're attentive, we'll realize, wow, you couldn't pay trillions of dollars for this message. Even if you gave $1 trillion, it'll be nothing compared to the value of this knowledge. Have you heard this with an attentive mind? And are your ignorance and illusion now dispelled? Ignorance and illusion. 2 eyes. It's all about I, right? Me, me, mine. These eyes are a big problem. Instability, ignorance, illusion. The other eyes that are very powerful too: integrity, see, intelligence, intuition, like that. Intention. These are also powerful eyes. So eyes can go either way. So then, now Arjuna speaks. Arjuna said, my dear Krishna, O infallible one. This is what we should be saying. O infallible one, my illusion is now gone. I have regained my memory by your mercy. See? Now remember, we are from the spiritual world. It's regaining, the memory is coming back. You know, I am now firm and free from doubt, and am prepared to act according to your instructions. This is the goal of Bhagavad Gita. Text number 74. Hearing all this, Sanjaya is obviously telling this to Dhritarashtra. He's hearing and telling Dhritarashtra. Sanjaya said, "Thus I have heard the conversation of two great souls, Krishna and Arjuna." See? Krishna wants us to get credit to his great soul, Mahatma. And so wonderful is this message that my hair is standing on end. Sanjaya was very powerful devotee. He's so powerful, he can see something happening miles away from him. Clearly, just like it's happened right in front of his eyes. He can hear anyone he wants to hear and see anything he wants to see. What a powerful devotee. We can't see past the wall. What can we see? Even inside the wall, what we're seeing, we're not really seeing properly. We're not really seeing properly. Then he says, by the mercy of Vyasadeva, Vyasadeva is obviously Krishna himself, I have heard this most confidential talks directly from the master of all mysticism. Things are mystical. We like mysticism because it gives a lot of fun. See? He is the master. So he says, I have heard these most confidential talks directly from the master of all mysticism, Krishna, who was speaking personally to Arjuna. He's actually speaking personally to us. This is called Parakshabad, way of doing things. That Krishna speaks directly to each living entity. It's called Parakshabad. Then he says in the next verse, O king, as I repeatedly recall this wondrous and holy dialogue, see, very holy dialogue, but wondrous, so wonderful, it's wondrous, between Krishna and Arjuna, I take pleasure, being thrilled at every moment. Sanjay is just enjoying. He's thrilled at every moment. That's what we want in our life. We want to be thrilled. That's why we do something, even take risks to get thrilled. You see, the soul wants to be thrilled. It's the nature of the soul to be thrilled. Soul is waking up, more thrilling. Prabhupada did so many things that are very thrilling. Why? Soul is woken. It was a live soul. Our soul is a little sleeping. Now we got to wake them up. Jeev jago, jeev jago, jeev jago. Gaura Chakrabarti. Lord Chaitanya is asking us, please, sleeping soul, wake up, wake up. Let's do something really wondrous, very thrilling, very exciting, and very pleasurable. Really enjoyable, ecstatic, blissful, like that. O king, next verse, as I remember the wonderful form of Lord Krishna, very sweet, wonderful form, I am struck with wonder more and more. This is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. When you go back even to Goloka Vrindavan, every time you see Krishna, you think, wow, he looks so beautiful. I mean, the last time I saw him, he didn't look that. He's even much more beautiful than that. That's Krishna. He'll grow on us all the time. And by the way, we're the same with him. He'll feel like, oh, you're looking so nice. He'll be totally amazed with us. We'll be totally amazed with this. Oh, Navayovanam. Navayovanam means always fresh. Not boring like this world. Same old, not like that. And I rejoice again and again, he says. I rejoice. What is rejoicing? Rejoicing means to be joyful in a way that is so powerful that it is amazing. So it's called rejoicement. Not just joyce, but rejoice. And it's just rejoicing more and more. Then the final verse, he says, wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics. Krishna does this very mystically. And wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, means that he's acting according to his nature. That's why he's supreme. You act according to your nature, then you become supreme. Because that nature has been given to you by Krishna, given to me by Krishna, my nature. So if we do that according to our nature, we'll become supreme. See? It says, where there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer. Why wherever? He's referring to us. There will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. And that's how Bhagavad Gita says. Srimad Bhagavad Gita Bharupaki Jai. So in this end result, knowledge and understanding of the Bhagavad Gita is dependent on one's own consciousness. It's up to us. It is to be, it is up to me. Only one who approaches these sacred teachings with a proper mood and lifestyle will be able to fully comprehend the deep and profound meanings of the Bhagavad Gita. By hearing and studying this conversation with such a favorable temperament, one will perceive the spiritual dimension as a tangible reality. Now, spiritual will become tangible. Material is tangible, but spiritual is intangible. But now the spiritual will become tangible. This is magic. This is miracle. This is beyond magic and miracle. And one's life will become exciting and wondrous at every step. Every moment will be exciting. Can't sleep at night. Too exciting. You have to do some hard walking and something like that. That's it. You fall off to sleep. The mind is so excited. Same mind that was causing all the problems now becomes a friend. Realizes, wow, this is amazing. Never understood anything like this. Never heard anything like this. I also want to love Krishna. I also want to go back to Godhead. Jai. Mind wants to go back to Godhead now. The intelligence wants to go back to Godhead. The false ego thinks, why am I thinking I am master? I am servant. And becomes real ego now. And we all chant, feast, and dance our way back to Godhead. Our senses, our mind, our intelligence, false ego, all turn into friends of Krishna, lovers of Krishna. Thus, to share this wisdom with society at large constitutes the greatest welfare work in the entire universe. This is the greatest welfare in the entire universe. Let's do this together with such a wonderful group. You ask such beautiful, wonderful questions. It's not an expensive exercise. It's just an exercise of deep-rooted, true devotion, love, and affection. It's not a money-making thing. It's not a money-costing thing. Krishna will make all arrangements. You never have to worry. Nothing stops Krishna consciousness. Nothing. The poorest can do this. The richest can do this. Everybody in the middle can do this. So all we need is simple-hearted, pure-hearted, love. We're doing this why? For one reason and one reason only. To please Krishna. To please Gauranga. Gauranga!
Gauranga.
Very much.
Gauranga.
Okay. Ask anything. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Gauranga.
Gauranga.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. That was amazing.
Thank you.
Very well.
Very much.
Thank you for everything. Thank you for your dedication every day for almost 3 weeks. I have written a long text, thanking everybody and speaking their blessings. Devotees are welcome to mute yourself. I'll just open this. So, yeah. All right.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I have a question. This is Shyamchandra Das.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, it's such a wonderful class, Prabhu, but still I have one question.
Yes, please.
It's a very dumb question.
No dumb question. Never dumb question yet in my life.
So, King Dhritarashtra listened to all this conversation between Arjuna and Sri Krishna, no, Prabhuji. After listening that, after knowing Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, why he didn't warn his son? Or after the war also, why he tried to kill Bhima? Because they were protected by Krishna, right? So after listening all this also, why he didn't realize? Because Sanjaya is telling everything face to face. I don't know, Prabhu. Is it a correct question or I don't know?
It's a very good question. And this is a very important question for each and every one of us. Are we going to, after hearing this, do the right thing? Or are we going to think to ourselves, no, I really need to be the king of this world. I need my son to be a great leader of this world, and things like that. See, he was very attached to his son. He did not see any difference between himself and his son. He felt like he had tasted the position of being king, you see what I'm saying? He tasted that position. And now he's tasted that position, he is not ready to let go the benefits of that position. So many people came to him, many great sages came to him and advised him and gave him very good information. Please don't fight like this, it's not good for you. You will end up in a very bad situation. But he was confident. He was confident because of this person, that person, like Bhishmadev or Dronacharya or Karna or somebody, even his own son, a very powerful son, Duryodhana, like that. Duryodhana was personally blessed by Balaramji, as a disciple of Lord Balaram, devotee of Lord Balaram. So, not ordinary person. So somehow Dhritarashtra felt, no, it'll work out. It'll work out. This is how we are too. Somehow it'll work out. No, we don't have to really become pure devotee of Krishna. It'll work out. Something will work out. It's working out for so many people. There are people who are enjoying in Las Vegas, right? There are people who are enjoying in New York. There are people who are enjoying in London. There are people who are enjoying in the forest. There are people who are enjoying in the farms. There are people who are enjoying in the cities, in the schools, in the homes. Who's talking Krishna consciousness? See, this is how they think. Dhritarashtra was the same. He was not blind physically, but he was also blind spiritually. We are spiritually blind. We have to give up our spiritual blindness. So when one is spiritually blind, even after being told the best of the best of the best of all information, and the person who's telling you is becoming excited, telling you because it's such nice information, relaying such nice information, you'd think that the person's eyes would open up a little, in the sense the spiritual eyes will open, but no, Dhritarashtra. He could see from time to time, he had a glimpse. He realized also from time to time, oh my God, this is going to be bad for my children, this is going to be bad for me. He did realize that from time to time. But then his attachment to the position, his attachment to his relationship with Duryodhana overcame. So, unfortunately, we say that Dhritarashtra didn't listen. But even more unfortunate is, am I listening? Did I listen? Did I hear? Let Dhritarashtra decide what he wants to decide, because he's got free will. Let him exercise his free will based on his desire. But we have to exercise our free will based on our desire. We have to listen.
Yes,
So working together like this, cross the different, divides that we have. We are culturally different. Some of us come from different cultures. We are different from the point of view who our master might be. We are different from the point of view of gender. We're different from the point of view of occupation. We will be different in so many ways, but if all these different come together and solely for the pleasure of Krishna, then all will become happy. All the gurus will become happy, all the different genders will become happy, all the different occupations will become happy, all the different cultures will become happy. Most importantly, our forefathers will become happy. They are trapped right now in Pitraloka. They're trapped there. They want to get out of there. They know the only place worth going out of Pitraloka is Krishna Loka. They know that because they've become our parents. They're our parents, they're forefathers. They're seeing like great, how many times remove, I don't know. Grandson, granddaughter is actually engaging in Krishna consciousness. Oh, wonderful! We pray to Krishna that this person will become pure devotee, because he or she becomes pure devotee, we're all free. Get out of jail free card. Out of jail free card. Material world is a jail. Whether you're in heaven or you're in hell, you're still in jail. Nobody wants to be in jail. They will come out of jail. They'll all get free. So please,
Thank you.
do the right thing here and take this message very seriously.
Yes, Prabhu.
Cooperate with one another. Do it lovingly. Don't try to be too smart.
Yeah.
Prabhupada said there's two ways you can fail. You're either too smart or you just don't want to do it. You're not. The intelligence is not there. It's not firing, not firing. But sometimes fires too much too. Fires too much. Prabhupada said that is what I'm worried about in this con. That you will be too smart and you will think this is the way to do it. If others don't do it, means they must be stupid. I am the smart one. We'll do it this way. Don't play that game. These are the mistakes we can make in this program. You can learn this, understand it, but then cooperate, work nicely. Somebody wants to do, fine. Somebody doesn't want to do, that's fine too. That's okay. You keep doing what you want to do, whatever you want to do nicely, but don't criticize somebody else.
Yeah.
Because the moment you criticize somebody else, you offend somebody else, your door back to Godhead, shut, close. Completely shut. Can't go back to Godhead. Krishna does not tolerate offense to the devotee under any circumstance. Can't understand why devotees won't do something, will do something, this, that, and the other. Just say to yourself, Krishna must know. I can't figure it out. I don't understand this. Krishna must understand this. Let Krishna handle it. Let me do, and those who want to do with me, let us do, and we'll happily do it. And then those people may join or not join, or we may even join them. Who knows? In the end, anything can happen, right?
Yes.
Up to Krishna. His mercy, His grace.
Yes.
Thank you, Prabhu. That's such a beautiful question, because that is an important question. Are we going to be Dhritarashtra here, or we're going to be Arjuna here?
Yes.
That is the choice. And it's not
Thank you.
straight. It might think like, it's obvious. Yeah. But your actions, your desires, your thoughts, your intentions, your agenda will show whether it is a Dhritarashtra one or it's a Arjuna one. Thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Brilliant questions. I can tell you, this is all Krishna. Brilliant question.
Thank you, Shyam Prabhu. That was wrong. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank
Any
you.
other questions? There is one comment I see. Vinu Mataji. Thank you. Just a fabulous delivery of the Bhagavad Gita chapters. Just baffles me to see the philosophy and logic. Need to commit these 18 chapters to my daily life. Divya, and I totally enjoyed your lectures every night. Thank you, Nityananda Prabhuji, Divya, and Vinu.
Thank you. Thank you very much for being such wonderful devotees.
Yeah.
You've struggled very much in your life, all the difficulties you've gone through are so difficult. Hardly anybody can tolerate what you have had to tolerate in your life. It's impossible. If others come to know, they'll cry, Everybody will cry with all the problems you've had in your life, the difficulties in your life. But you somehow stayed in Krishna consciousness. And not only somehow stayed, you became more enthusiastic. You're becoming more and more enthusiastic. Krishna obviously is blessing you unlimitedly. then everything will come right. Very soon you will see that. Very soon everything will come right. And we will be all celebrating in our next destination nicely. Even here we'll be somewhat celebrating, but it's a little hard because the memories are very strong. But once lights out and then we're in the next place, it'll be pure bliss. Thank you again for staying. Please stay connected. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
As you are expressing now, just keep doing it, and please accept our love as well for you. We love you very dearly.
Thank you, Diva Mataji and Vinu Prabhu. And we have one more comment, Prabhuji, from Venkat Prabhu. He says, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for your classes. They're all nectars. We love to have your association. If possible, at least once in a week, having this kind of class will boost my immunity.
Boost your immunity.
And we need a lot of immunity at this time.
All of us need a lot of immunity, especially I, all those who are older, need more immunity situation.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think your immunity will boost my immunity. That's more. Thank you, Venkat Prabhu. Thank you very much.
There's one more maybe question. Neha Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for your wonderful class. I have strange question and need your help with. Answer. Many have asked. One second. Many have asked, but I do not know answer. How does our love for Krishna and in our spiritual journey back to Him has to do anything with us not eating onion and garlic?
Very good question. Absolutely good question. So basically it is like this, onion and garlic is not going to stop you from going back to Godhead. Okay, it's not the point. The point is what onion and garlic does is that it makes us go towards more the mode of ignorance. That's where the problem is. Why? Because onion and garlic are very passionate foods that create strong emotions. You see, like who eats the most onion and garlic in this world? Do you know? It's the French. And the French are very emotional people. Very emotional. At the smallest thing, they'll start crying. The smallest thing, they'll start laughing. And the whole language is designed like that. Very, very emotional. And then when you're so emotional materially, then the intelligence will not fire very well, you see, because the intelligence will get absorbed in the emotion and not come out of the emotion and start thinking there's something better here that it can turn itself toward. That is why onion and garlic has a problem. Now, onion and garlic are also medicinal in different ways. Certain things you will need those types of things to help you. In Ayurveda, onion and garlic are used in ways that actually create certain type of medicinal reactions for us. But used as a Ayurvedic preparation, that's good. Just like liquor. Liquor can also be used in an Ayurvedic way. That's good. But then to drink liquor, because we want to enjoy liquor and become a little inebriated, drunk like that. But that's not good. Why? Because then the intelligence will not fire properly. See, we need good intelligence. Because intelligence is what will direct us. Just like when this spaceship goes from here to the moon, or wherever it wants to go, you see, not that it went there, but anyway, that's another story. But when it wants to go to that place, it has to have a good gyroscope. Gyroscope means every so often the spaceship will go off track, but the gyroscope will bring it back on track. It will go off track, bring it back on the track. So this is what intelligence does to us. Intelligence brings us back onto the track of our focus on pleasing Krishna. Onion and garlic cause problems in that regard. They take us off the track very easily. They help. It's like your steering wheel, right? Your steering wheel, you want your steering wheel to work perfectly, because then you can direct your car properly. If the steering wheel starts itself moving this way and that way, what's going to happen to you? You're going to go upside down, accident, this, that, and the other. Many things will happen to you. That's what onion and garlic does. Material people don't have a problem with that because they're already having accidents anyway. Meaning, They're already having misery in their life anyway. So some more misery, they can't tell that that was caused by the garlic or the onion because they're already doing so many things that are causing misery. So what difference this is going to make to them? Plus, it tastes very nice. Liquor also tastes very nice. Meat also tastes very nice. Many things that you're not supposed to eat and drink taste very nice. Why? That's Maya. Maya is like that. She knows how to catch the living entity and trap the material entity, this living entity in the material world. Why trap? Because she's angry. How dare you not listen to my most beloved Gauranga? She is Gauranga's very, very powerful servant and lover. She loves Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Secret of secrets, she loves Gauranga Mahaprabhu more than her own husband. No wife is supposed to love anybody more than their husband. She does. That's how much she loves Gauranga. Who's Gauranga? Gauranga is Krishna. Krishna himself. See? She becomes angry when people actually disrespect Krishna, disrespect Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Don't show love, disregard. Think that they're so smart. Then she says, okay, I'll teach you how smart you are. I'm going to give you some type of food. You're going to love these foods and you're going to have a lot of misery in your life. We don't want that. We really don't want that. I know some of us get addicted to the taste because we grew up eating onion and garlic. Now the food doesn't taste nice because there's no onion and garlic. But actually, when you make food with love and devotion, offer it to Krishna, to Guru and Mahaprabhu, like that. Guru and Gauranga, Guru and Krishna, like that. It tastes so nice. It's much better than the food with onion and garlic. You give devotees who have become really nice devotees food with onion and garlic and without onion and garlic. They'll tell you immediately, this one tastes nice, this one wasn't so nice. The taste buds come out, the best taste buds come out, the real taste buds come out. Not the ones that are actually giving you the wrong information, the ones that are giving you the correct information. Just like there are software programs that will cause fraud in your life. They'll cause problems in your life. There are other software programs that will actually give you a lot of success in your life. So you have to know which software you're using, right? Is this a fake software or real software? If you're not smart, you will use the fake software thinking you're using the real one, and where will you end up? In fraud, in difficulty. That's why they have these programs, so that the hackers can't get in. They have the firewall, this, that, and the other. Why? So Krishna consciousness, like the firewall, stops the hackers from coming in and messing your whole life up. So this onion and garlic breaches the firewall. What is the point of having a firewall if you're going to breach it yourself? This is why we stay away from onion and garlic. Thank you for that question. It's a very important question. And the thing is, but it doesn't mean that if, say, for example, you're forced to eat onion and garlic because you're living in a family and they're all going to cook with onion and garlic only and you have no choice. Try to avoid the ones that have onion and garlic in it, but eat a little bit. Don't worry about it. It won't cause you all that much problem because Krishna also knows where it's practically working, where it's not so much practically working. There are problems. We know that. So Krishna knows. Your heart should be clean. That's the idea. You also had another question earlier that I had answered in one of the previous, and I had said about something, and I can't remember what it is. So I'll try and get your email address or whatever from Sarvajay Madhav Prabhu, somebody who knows, so I can actually give you that information. We did ask for something, I can't remember now what it was. Thank you very much. This is such a very, very nice, important question. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Mataji. Kindly text your email address to Prabhuji in the group, so you can privately text him also. Prabhuji can talk to you.
Yeah, if she knows yours, she can text to you and you can tell me.
Sure. There's one comment. Hare Krishna, Dandavad Pranam Prabhu, enlightening, interacting class, all goes to Srila Prabhupada for introducing us to ISKCON and also such wonderful devotees. Through sadhana bhakti, one can achieve Raguna bhakti. Thank you, all glories to you and the Vaishnavas. Rasamai Rama Mataji. Dandot Mataji, thank you.
Sumera, Rama
Yeah.
Mataji is such an
Yeah.
advanced devotee. I have not introduced you to ISKCON. You probably introduced me to ISKCON. He's such an advanced devotee. Thank you very much for your humility. But she is such an advanced devotee, such a beautiful, loving devotee. And if you hear her classes, she's just it's really very nice classes. If anybody can take shelter of her, it's their great fortune. Thank you very much, Sumera Mataji.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Our Chandramohan Prabhu has a question, and then I'll read Vrinda Priya Mataji's comment. Chandramohan Prabhu, please go ahead.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Nice class, Prabhu. I have a dumb question, Prabhu.
No dumb question. Smart people don't ask dumb questions.
Prabhu, the sloka you said, Yatra Yogesha Yatra Pada Dhanurdhara Tatrashti Vijay Dhruvanitir Prathama, he said that. But after that, he also says, Sarva Dharman Partyaja Mamekam Sharanavaja Hantva Sara Papaviya Mokshishamasa. So both are contradictory. Where Krishna and Arjuna are there, there's winning, he says. Then once again, he says, surrender to me.
Yeah, that's why he's winning. You see, so it's not contradictory in the sense that the winning comes because of our surrender. See, we have to understand what surrender means, because the English word surrender is a very poor word, compared to what the Sanskrit word is that is translated into this word surrender. Basically, what surrender means is that we are totally in love with Krishna and we give our hearts to Krishna fully, like that. That is called surrender. Surrender doesn't mean I give up, I put my hand up and like that. I throw in the towel, I wave a white flag, like they say. No, that's not what surrender means. There is nothing to do with that. Krishna is not interested in those things. Then he doesn't even come to us if we do those things. He's not interested. He's interested in love. So what he's talking about surrender to me is that please trust me, love me, put your heart in my hands, like that. I will take care of you. In fact, I'll take care of you so nicely, nobody in the world can cause any harm to you. And nothing in this world can compare to everything that I can give you. Rakhe Krishna, Mare Krishna, Rakhe. That if Krishna is going to look after us, who can harm us? And if Krishna is going to saying that, sorry, but you're not doing the right thing, therefore you have to accept some harm, who will protect us? No one will be able to protect us. So this is actually, these two verses are very much linked to one another perfectly when we understand. The word surrender means to fall fully in love with Krishna. Fully in love with Krishna, like that. Then there is no conflict between these two. Because the love will give great results. Love always gives the best results. Even in the material world, love gives the best results. Nothing can defeat true love, and true love can defeat everything, even in the material world. But spiritually, love is even more powerful. And transcendentally, meaning in the relationship with Krishna, it is at its most powerful. It's like comparing a few dollars to millions of dollars to many trillions of dollars. Like that. Big comparison difference here in transcendental love. So Krishna is into transcendental love. That is why it says, give up all varieties of religion. He wants the transcendental science of rasa. Rasa means the mellow of loving Krishna with all of your heart and soul. That's rasa. That's transcendental knowledge. That is transcendental religion. This is not spiritual religion. This is not ordinary religion. This is transcendental to the point of rasa. Rasa means mellow, taste. Just like your mango rasa, right?
Yeah.
Taste of mango. Here you get taste of Krishna. The taste of Krishna is very amazing taste. The best taste, the highest taste. Thank you, Prabhu. Wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhuji's. We have Vrinda Mataji's comment. Hare Krishna, thank you so much for the classes. It has been such a nice way to end the day. Will we start Srimad Bhagavatam or Brahma Samhita tomorrow? Question mark and smiley face.
I wish we can. I have some other things I really need to get done, but Sarojaya Madhu and I will talk about it, and then we'll let all of you know through the channels that we've been letting you know in the past, what we will do and how we'll do it. But I also need some little time off because I put some of the things away and I didn't do those things because I wanted to make sure that this got done. Because this is a very important thing. But there are some things happening at the temple that really need to be taken care of. And so we'll get started as soon as possible, but I don't think it's going to be tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you so much. Prabhu.
Appreciate your desire and all of the service that you do. You're a wonderful devotee, all the great things that you do. I'm totally indebted to you for that. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji. There's a Vinu Prabhu and Divya Mataji's comment to your earlier conversation. Immunity against bad karma is what they were saying. Vinda Priya Mataji replied to that. Very true about French.
Yeah.
Preeti Mataji reply. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you so much for the nectarian lecture. I was very much inspired by the concept of animation. I used to also always think if we had the entire Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita animated, it would be very nice and would be very good for everyone.
Yes. So let's take it up. Let's start with Bhagavad Gita because it only has 700 verses. When I say it's quite a lot, but 700 verses. Bhagavatam is 18,000 verses, you know. It's a little more time consuming getting it done like that. But let's start with Bhagavad Gita and then Krishna will give us the power and the mercy to be able to do the bigger one, you know. Let's start with the smaller one first. And also Bhagavad Gita is Krishna speaking himself. So, you know, we'll glorify Krishna a lot and, you know, and by the way, there is a wonderful thing that I wanted to speak about in this animation. There is a new program coming out. They still haven't launched it yet, but where the computer is able to generate a person looking exactly like the person. Right now, they're able to do it, but you can tell it's a computer image. You can tell there's some things about it that doesn't look like, when you're looking at me right now, you can see this is a real person talking, right? When the computer generates this image, it'll look like me in many ways, exactly the same, but you can tell slightly that this must be an animation because there's something about the movement is not exactly, you know, flowing or something is not quite there, you know. But they're now creating a program that will actually get out of that and it'll make it actually look like the person. Now, what we want to do as a result of that is actually make Krishna look exactly how it is described in scripture. And that will be amazing. If anybody can see Krishna as he is, there are devotees who have seen Krishna. They know what Krishna looks like, exactly what Krishna looks like. And that's amazing. We can, using their information and the scriptural information and praying to Krishna, please let us make him look like exactly him. And, you know, Radharani and others, the whole world will become mesmerized. This person is so beautiful. Krishna is so beautiful. You just see him once, game over. You know, so this is why this animation is very important. We need to get into this and really create a situation where we can show Gauranga as he looked like. Gauranga was also a very beautiful person. Lord Nityananda, Lord Gauranga, Radharani, Krishna, like that. You know, Balaram. Balaram is such a beautiful person. All these personalities so beautiful, you know. We can create animation. Animation, we're going to create it a little more simple. But the point is, it'll lead us to that point so that we can show glimpses, you know. So if you create that type of animation, the one I'm talking about where he looks like what he looks like, and you make the whole animation based on that type of a situation, the current estimate is that it'll cost you between $25,000 to $50,000 per second to create the animation, per second. Bhagavad Gita, done properly, will be probably around 72 hours done properly. So it has to be done in series, you know, like that. 72 hours. 72 hours, 72 episodes. 72 episodes of 20 minutes each. It'll do the whole thing very nicely. So if you look at 72 episodes of 20 minutes each, you're talking 24 hours. If every second is going to cost you around $50,000, you can imagine what this thing is going to cost you, right? We don't want to go there. But we can show some glimpses here and there. And then later on, when we do, you know, our children and their children, they do become really wealthy. Because Hare Krishnas are growing wealthier and wealthier, by the way. This generation is much wealthier than the previous generation. By leaps and bounds, this generation has grown much more wealthy than the previous generation. The next generation is by leaps and bounds going to become much more wealthy than we are. And they will probably be able to afford more, creating this type of a program at that level, you know what I mean? And then game over for this world. There's going to be nothing else but Krishna consciousness on this planet. By the way, that's also the prediction of Nostradamus. He's not even a Hare Krishna, he's a Christian, and he predicted that. He predicted Prabhupada will come to the West in 1965. Came in 1965. He predicted that the religion he will bring will become the religion of this world. For many thousands, he said 9,000. We're saying a little over 9,000, but he said 9,000. So, you know, independently, we can prove that Krishna consciousness works. You can see the philosophy, right? What a beautiful philosophy. This philosophy is not trying to force someone into religion. This philosophy is saying, love and be loved, and be ecstatic in that love, and enjoy bliss in that love. That's all. We're not trying to force anybody. Join Hare Krishna, give us donation, help big temple, this, that, and other. No. People do out of love whatever you want to do. We're okay. When you give nothing, there are people who come to this temple that I know of. I came here in 1993 first time, by the way. Immediately put into administration. But in the last 27 years, I know some people who are coming for 27 years. They don't give any donation, hardly any donation. They take prasad, enjoy everything. They like it. They don't give much donation, hardly any. We don't criticize. We don't say, oh, what's wrong? No, we're happy they became devotees. They will become devotees. They become solid devotees. That's what we want. Krishna is not interested in money. He has millions of Lakshmis running after him. Millions of Lakshmis. All of this material world people are running after one Lakshmi, but millions of Lakshmis are running after Krishna. So, you know, they're trying to catch up with him. He's running so fast. You know, so that's not Krishna's interest. Krishna is interested in the heart. He's interested in love. He's a pure love guy. He's the supreme personality of lover Godhead. Like that. He's the lover. So thank you very much, Priti Mati. Again, let's stay in touch and let's do this. Let's do this. This will be so exciting. Hare Krishna. So, Jai Madhav Prabhu.
I think he's in mute, Prabhuji.
He's muted.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Sarojai Prabhu. Are you there?
Oh, I'm sorry. You did not hear that?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
Prabhuji. You are on mute. Now
Okay,
we can
sorry.
hear you.
There's a comment from Venkat Prabhu. I'm glad that I didn't speak that earlier. Anyway, thank you so much, Sarvajay Madhav Prabhu, for arranging this kind of association programs and your pure love for Krishna and the community. Gauranga.
Jai Gauranga.
Gauranga. All goes to Srila Prabhupada, and all of you, all goes to His Grace Nityananda Prabhu for his determination and regular classes.
Oh, thank you, Prabhu. All glories to Sarvajaya Madhav Prabhu.
Yeah.
Jai.
All goes to Guru and Gauranga and Srila
Guru.
Prabhupada. Neha Mataji, thank you. She's saying, Harit Prabhu, food plays a very vital role in our sadhana. It's fuel which influences our thought process. Eat wisely. Thank you for your comment, Prabhu. Preeti Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I have a question. I think that's already covered, right, Preeti Mataji? Kaushik.
No, Prabhu, I had one more question.
Okay, go ahead, Mataji.
Sorry, Prabhuji.
No problem.
No, I had a question, Prabhuji. I'm still a very young parent. I have very young kids, but based on that, what I see is when kids do something which are not according to our expectations or standards which we can accept, we somehow start becoming very anxious, and we start becoming how we can get back our old love. But they say also a mother's love is very close to what can be unconditional in this planet Earth, in the material world. So my question is, Prabhuji, we have been away from Krishna for so many years and we've done so many abominable actions. Uh, will it ever be possible that Krishna will actually judge us by these actions and feel will have that bitter taste towards us? Or how will he ever? I'm finding it so hard, even as a mother, how we can forget everything and nullify everything, and how would Krishna just accept us just like we haven't done anything?
Right.
I don't know if this is a correct question or not, but it might be because I'm still an immature mother or a parent, because I have still young kids. If the kids do something which is not acceptable according to normal human standards, they become so anxious, because I always keep praying, even if they're not successful in life, if they can just be good human beings and good devotees, that's all I want. But when they go a little bit off track, we start feeling so anxious. And anytime they do something good also, the bad that they've done only keeps coming, and we try to forget all that and overcome that. So yeah, that was my question. Even Krishna, how to understand that love of Krishna? I feel sometimes it's so unreal.
Yeah.
That's what.
So excellent question. It's a very good question. The thing is, we cannot extrapolate how Krishna is going to behave based on our behavior. This is a big mistake we make in our lives. And this is why some people think that God cannot have a form, because if God was like a human being, then human beings have so many problems, God must have a problem too, right? So, but the thing to do is to understand here that just like you love your children and they make mistakes, do you stop loving them? No, don't stop loving them. Do you still wish the best for them? Yes, you always wish the best for them. You see that thing? Like that. We've seen, I come from legal. So I've seen as an attorney, looking at prosecution, criminal prosecution, that somebody will murder somebody and the mother will say, no, my son did not kill. They can't even believe that my son will do something bad like that. Because she loves his son so much. She can't even believe something happened like that. So even here we can see parents do have a lot of love for their children and take so much trouble for their children, this, that, and the other. Now Krishna is also a parent, but a much more powerful parent than we are. We have little capacity. That's why we get affected by these things. It's a little like, if you're earning $10,000 a month, then a $100,000 bill will knock you out. You see what I'm saying? Like that. But if you are earning, $1 billion a month, then a $100,000 bill will be a joke for you. You see what I'm saying? So for Krishna, all the things we did wrong, all the mistakes that we made for millions and billions and trillions of lives is a joke. He can remove it like this. He says there are two types of mistakes we can make. One is called conditional and the other is called constitutional. The conditional one is the one that he's talking about. All our sins are based on conditional. Constitutional means we deny Krishna as God. We say, no, you're not God. This Bhagavad Gita is all rubbish. There is no such thing as Bhagavad Gita. There's some big conspiracy going on. Some smart Indians wrote a book and they called him Krishna and this, that, and the other like that. See that thing? That's constitutional sin. Constitutional sin is like when you're trying to burn wood, right? Dry wood is easy to burn. Conditional sin is like that the wood has got a little bit of moisture in it, just a very little bit of moisture. And the wood actually is more like cotton with a little bit of moisture in it. So when the flame attaches to it, in a very little while, it will take off and become burn very easily. But when there's constitutional sin, then the wood is like a very wet log, a big wet log that was under the water for a long time. Now you bring it out and you try to light a fire with that, it's never going to burn. It's going to take a very long time. A lot of sunshine will have to shine on it, dry it out, then you can burn it. It will take years and years and years. So in our case, our sins have been conditional sins, not constitutional. If it was constitutional, you would not be on this program listening to Bhagavad Gita. Not possible. Only conditional sin people will be listening to Bhagavad Gita. And no matter how much you have, it says even if you have Mount Meru is considered a huge mountain worth of sin, then if you just put one match to it, the whole thing will burn very easily, like that. So we have nothing to worry about in that regard. Nothing to worry about. Krishna will accept you. He will love you fully. In fact, he's already showing that love to you in many ways. through the association of devotees, through the knowledge, through the prasadam, through even your children. You'll make your children do things that make you feel like, wow, that was nice. That's Krishna actually. You should know. I mean, you have a son and daughter, or sons, daughters. Who do you have in the children?
2 sons, Prabhuji.
So that's Krishna and Balaram in your life. Prabhupada said, that is Krishna and Balaram in your life. Krishna and Balaram were naughty boys, okay? They were very naughty. Mother Yashoda, oh my God, she had so much hard time sometimes with Krishna and Balaram. You see what I'm saying? So children will be naughty. That's their nature to be naughty. You see what I'm saying? So that's your Krishna and Balaram. They've come. Krishna and Balaram have come to your house to take direct service from you. Direct service. Please understand that. That what I'm telling you is the absolute truth. Love them like Mother Yashoda loved Krishna and Balaram, like Mother Rohini loved Krishna and Balaram. You love them fully. The more love you will show them, the more love Krishna will feel. I mean, they're naughty, yeah, you got to correct them, but do it with love. Do it with love, that's all.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
First class, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Kaushik Prabhu has a comment. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandot Pranam. Thank you for giving these classes. They have been so wonderful to attend and listen to. You explain it such a way that it makes it very easy to understand. Even the answers to the questions you give are very practical and very personalized. Thank you, Saroja Madhav Prabhu, for organizing these classes. It's a wonderful service.
Kaushik Prabhu himself is a very wonderful devotee. Such a young boy, but a very, very wonderful devotee. Such an excellent devotee from nice parents, absolutely wonderful parents. So the fruit does not fall far from the tree, So and now he's doing so well in his life. And I actually did his reading a little, and so this boy is just an amazing, amazing boy. Just a totally amazing boy. Thank you very much, Kaushik, for who you are. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji, you're right. He's one of my favorite youth. Thank you so much, Kaushik Prabhu.
There you go.
All goes to Srila Prabhupada.
Not surprised.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Too much praise. Thank you.
Yeah. Very well. Keep it up. Manish. Sorry, Prabhuji, I interrupted you.
No.
Okay. Manish Prabhu, Sarvaja Prabhu, please note my email. Okay, this is about, he is from out of town, so he wanted me to take down his email so we can update him for next. I have actually posted a WhatsApp group of Radha Kalachandji. So my humble request to all the devotees, if you're not on that group, please join that WhatsApp group so that you can hear any future classes updates in that group.
Nice.
I might not be able to send email and forget and don't want to do that because usually I never send any emails. But if you have a phone number, you are more than welcome to join any of this group where you will get all these updates. Thank you so much, Manish Prabhu, for regularly joining these classes.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for arranging this wonderful opportunity for all of us.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Rajesh Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandot Pranam. Thank you for the wonderful classes and answering all our questions and concerns.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Who is this Rajesh Prabhu? Is this Rajesh Sharma? Or?
Rajesh A. Rajesh Prabhu, could you please see some of the names are karmi names and some are spiritual names, so even I had a hard time understanding who's who.
Okay.
Rajesh Prabhu, you'd like to introduce yourself? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Jai.
All right, anyway.
Thank you so much for joining this class.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
So Chandra Mohan Prabhu was asking, can you please send the download link for all the Nityananda Prabhu's lecture? Yes, we will send a link. There is a link. The same link works for all the lectures. So I'll take care of that, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Satish Prabhu, being a temple president and amidst tons of responsibilities, you have taken 2 hours daily, that too at the end of the day. Very, very grateful for you, Prabhu.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. This is a labor of love, I'm very happy doing this. It makes me more Krishna conscious, and I get all of your blessings. I mean, so I'm actually being a little selfish here. I get such nice blessings from all you wonderful devotees. Thank you very much.
Jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. Anil Prabhu, thank you, Prabhuji, for the class. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Anil Prabhu. Thank you very much. Another very nice devotee that I also know personally.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Wonderful family. Just a wonderful, wonderful family. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Nancy Mataji, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Nancy and I are talking about this idea of Vrindavan, how to make it happen. So we'll work something out as well. Thank you very much, Nancy.
Jai. Tribanga Krishna Prabhu and his family, all glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Tribanga, another amazing devotee. Very amazing. Runs very nice Bhakti Vriksha program. And the devotees who attend, some of them talk to me about it and they say they really love him so much. And his wife, both children, all just amazing people. Thank you so very much. Hare Krishna.
Yes. So let me see if there is any other comment. Madhav Rajnath Prabhu, thank you, Prabhuji, for the wonderful daily nectar. Watching you and listening to you is blessings for us during this time and always. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Madhav Prabhu. You do so much yourself, such an amazing devotee, assisting also Sarvajaya Madhav Prabhu so nicely. Thank you very, very much. Amazing family.
And I would like to take opportunity to thank Madhav Rajnath Prabhu for coordinating all the recordings. He has been doing in the background. He is the one who is recording capturing all the recordings from the cloud and putting it all together so that everybody can get this nectar. Thank you so much, Madhav Rajnath Prabhu, for all your help in conducting these programs. Very
wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
All glory to Guru Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Divya Namadas, thank you for enlightening me past few weeks. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Divya Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Neeraj Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for such nectarian classes.
Neeraj Prabhu, also another old timer with us. Thank you very much, Neeraj Prabhu. So nice to hear from you. Wonderful. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So I think there's a last comment. I wrote something I would like to read, Prabhuji.
Please.
So can conclude this. I think there's no other question, no other comment. So
thank you.
I'll just read this. Dear Prabhus and Matajis, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Gurudevs and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for giving us an opportunity to serve you. I humbly ask for your blessings to continue our services joyfully. Thank you, Madhav Rajnath Prabhu, for helping me in compiling recordings and helping me in the background. Thank you so much, His Grace Nityananda Prabhu Ji, for your dedication every day for last 3 weeks. His Grace Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai.
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 Special we'll glorify Nityananda Prabhu a little later. Please hold on. Special Hari Bol for everyone for completing Bhagavad Gita summaries in 3 weeks during
Hari
Corona
Bol.
lockdown. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Everybody's graduated today.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. All glories devotees. All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Radha Kalachan,
Gauranga.
Chota Radha Kalachan, Baldev, Subhadra, Prahlad Narsimha and Guru Krupa. Gauranga. Now I humbly request everybody to please turn on your video so we can take a good picture. And one big Hare Krishna for
Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram.
Now one big Hare Krishna for all the devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna for all the devotees who are uploading your COVID. Hopefully we can reopen soon. Our doctor told us that
Oh, there's a lot of echo.
so hopefully good news started. We are ending today the Bhagavad Gita chapters, and the good news came today only that governor has told that from 22nd April, most of the retail businesses can open with some precautions. So that's a great news. So this yagna is already successful. Thank you so much.
Hari.
Nice. That's a real miracle.
So let's chant one Hare Krishna for the whole world.
Yes.
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
One last request. Tomorrow is a Ekadashi and a very auspicious day anyway. And that is also, tomorrow is also, it's called World Heritage Day. And this year they have a very special theme. So we would like to arrange a big marathon tomorrow, Japathon. I would like to request all of you to please join. And the theme is shared culture, shared heritage, and shared responsibility. It's a wonderful theme. So my request to all of you, join
There's echo.
for Japa. 9 a.m. till
the world should chant Hare Krishna mantra.
One second. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened though. I think everybody's speaking at the same time. So please kindly join tomorrow morning for Japathon. Tomorrow is the last big Japathon of this week. So I humbly request all of you to please join.
Yes.
Thank you so much, everyone. You can now, Prabhuji, shall we? Anybody wants to say anything before we start the prayers?
We can start the prayers.
I wanted to ask if anybody wants to say anything to you directly. Otherwise, we can start the prayer.
Well, hey, look, I have a question.
Nityananda, what do we have to do for Ekadashi? Can we eat grain, or do we have to eat one time a day, or what do we do?
Jesus Christ.
The question. What was the question?
Prabhuji, we cannot hear you. Are you having two phones logged in or two connections?
You were vibrating, so you couldn't.
Yeah. Usually when there are two, this is what happens. You're welcome to text in the chat box.
There it is. Coming up.
What do we do for Ekadashi? Prabhuji, what do we do for Ekadashi? Do we eat grains? This is the comment.
Yeah. So obviously we don't eat grains on Ekadasi. Grains and beans we stay away from. But there are lots of other things that we can eat. But the idea is that we spend more time doing something Krishna conscious and eat less on that day. That is the idea behind Ekadasi. It's a day of Krishna. It is said that whatever we do on Ekadasi will be easy for us to do at the time when we leave our body. When we're on our deathbed, whatever we did on the Ekadasis will come to us and help us so that we can think of Krishna while we're leaving our bodies. So on Ekadasi, we spend more time doing things that are related to Krishna, directly related to Krishna like that. That's the idea. Thank you very much.
I think there's one more comment, Prabhuji. Thank you, Nityananda Prabhuji, Sarvaja Madhav Prabhu, all the group's admins and devotees. Dandavat pranams. Arvind Balasubramanian Prabhu. Thank you for joining every week, Prabhu. Every day, actually.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, so should we start then with Nrsimha Pranam?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Namaste Narase
Namaste Danyaka.
You want to sing together, right?
Yeah.
Purvakshaha
Shilatanka Natalaye Narsimho Parato Narsimho Yato Yato Swami Tato Narsimho Narsimho Narasimha Adbhuta Singana Hiranyakashipu
Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare
Jayo Lakshmi
Jaya Jaya
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jai
Saigor Premanande.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, all Prabhujis, Mataji's.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Praise Nityananda Prabhu ki jai.
Jai.
Jai Mother Prabhu ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Akalakanji ki jai.
Jai.
Gauranga.
Nityananda.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Madhavendra Prabhu, Venkat Prabhu, Malika Mataji, Jivanama Prabhu, Jain Prabhu, Ganapati Prabhu, Hamsadhuta Prabhu, Kripanga Krishna Prabhu family, Premchandra Prabhu, Divya Mataji, Surekha Mataji, Kaushik Prabhu, Muralidharan Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much. Rama Mataji, Murali Prabhu, thank you so
Thank
much.
you all so very much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Ram.
Hare Ram.
We are looking for your classes again, Prabhuji. Eagerly waiting. Your mercy.
Looking forward. Now also looking forward.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Bol, Hare Bol.
Ganapati Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much for your nice backdrop. Very well.
Nice background.
Yeah, Prabhuji is sitting in a real studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least virtually I'm trying, Prabhu, not a devotee, so I'm trying.
You can send a demo how to do this.
It's very easy, Prabhu. In fact, I thought of telling you, Prabhu, it's very easy. Everybody can follow that. Whenever you share on the right, left below, you see the video, and there you see video settings. When you click on the drop down, video settings, a small arrow, and then it opens a pop-up window. There you see virtual background.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th item is virtual background on the left navigation. Click on that, and on the right side you need to add, choose virtual background. Click on the plus sign and select whatever image you want, and just set that one. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Next time we devotees can all do that.
In fact, I thought of telling though, but
Hari Bol. Chandramohan Prabhu is already done. And now Madhuraj Prabhu is also, so good training, Prabhu.
Northern Lights, Prabhu.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. Dandavad
Oh,
Pranam.
they're doing something, but I don't know what.
See you all soon again. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Hari Bol, Dandavad
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna.
Go Ranga.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna,
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna. Dandavad Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Go
Hare
Ranga.
Krishna. Good night.
Good night.
Hare
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Chandra Prabhu, looks like you're enjoying.
Prabhuji changing the background, going from one place to another place. Now I'm thinking, Chandra Prabhu, where are you right now? Are you at your home or somewhere?
How are you?
This is
Great.
great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.